Hello, YouTubers. It's Travis. Welcome back for some more Magic content. Today, in the history of Draft, we're going to be journeying to Guilds of Ravnica. Now, there were two Ravnica sets that came out back to back. The first one had 5 guilds. The second one had 5 guilds. And I remember drafting this on MTG Arena back in the day, and it was horrible. It was one of my least favorite things I've ever done as far as a Magic streamer, because it was back when they had bot drafting. And for a while, the bots would not take the blue-black cards in this set, which meant that the only thing you could draft was Dimir, and everything was a Dimir mirror. At this point in Arena, I was playing a lot of Standard because drafting with the bots was absolutely terrible. Which brings me to today. I'm actually excited to go draft this because I've never drafted this set with people. I have no idea what it'll be like. Actually, I do now because I've already done the draft. Spoiler alert, it was pretty dang fun. So I hope that you will enjoy the draft and the gameplay and that you're enjoying the History of Draft project. Please do let me know in the comments if that is the case. And with all that said, let's get drafting. Enjoy. Welcome to Guilds of Ravnica, where you can draft Dowser of Lights, pack 1, pick 1. I remember liking Find and Finality. I remember liking that quite a bit. I get 2 cards from my graveyard to my hand, or I Wrath. It was pretty easy to splash to if you were in Dimir. I'm pretty sure we're taking this. I'm also pretty sure it's the best card in the pack. Doesn't mean we're playing Golgari, but... It's been a while since I played this set, obviously, but I remember that card being particularly good. Creeping Chill wasn't particularly good, but the House Mage and the Sphinx were. So that's a status and a statue. I also did like the Carnal Troll. But like, this is just a removal. If we're willing to be like, hey, I'd like to be Golgari, we could just take this and play it. Nick is also very well aware. Nick knows how to draft. Nick is very well aware that he passed this to me. The problem is I really do like both of these. I think I like the removal spell better. What's up, Nomad? It's close, though. I think I'm certainly willing to be Golgari the way this is going so far. Yeah, but I've been sent the signal, right? All I need to do is appreciate that. And I also don't have to play it. There's a bit of a problem, and that Crater Maker is actually really good. Luminous Bonds is also really good. So we could look at getting in Junk. I guess they call that Abzan these days. There's plenty of packs. We could totally do that. You would want it to be a wedge, basically, that you're playing. Or something that's supported with the duels, right? Yeah, I think they were all wedges in this set, unless I'm remembering correctly. Because Celestia and Golgari are here. Lurker sucks. I don't want to play it. Much less, like, stay in this color pair for it. The best card here is a Crater Maker, but I think the Luminous Bonds is close. I mean, I'll play one. I'm not picking it there. That's probably a better way to say it. The Lurker doesn't suck. I will play one. I am not third picking a Lurker. Like, this Bonds is speculative. The Swarm Guild Mage is just going in my deck. I want to see lurkers like pick 7 or 8. And I'm like, oh, cool, a lurker. We'll play that. Yeah, the red does not, you can't, Jund is not something we can play here. Ledev Companion was not bad. It's good to talk about it, don't you think? And have a conversation. I used the Inspired Unicorn as an example of a card that's not good in one of the Joy of Drafting videos. But I don't think we're very interested in taking that here. I did quite like Vigor Spore Worm. Yeah, it is kind of neat with the Guild Mage. I'd forgotten about that. I'd entirely forgotten about that. But if you give it menace, it just smacks people. I don't know that I can realistically take it over the Selesnya Guild Gate, because there's a very real possibility that we splash the Luminous Bonds or just play 3 colors. So I'm going to take the Guild Gate, but I think we're doing Golgari things. Most likely. This may look like I'm taking this a little bit too early, but those of you who know. This card's a frickin' house. Closed out a lot of games in this set and had no business doing so. Remember when vanilla creatures were good? I remember. I think 4 health was the break point, but that thing was just bloody terrifying. You could play Prey Upon if you had enough 4/5s. I'm probably going to have enough 4/5s. Cool. Pretty good with Death Touchers too. A bunch of them floating around. Dude, how do you remember that? Was this your favorite format, or could you like rattle off stuff like that about every Magic format ever? Camaraderie was actually pretty damn good. I don't currently have the mana to play it. What was the best common in Eldritch Moon run on? Like, I want the worm, but let's talk. This is 6 mana, draw 5. Generally speaking. Okay, what's actually open is Selesnya. Because this thing wasn't that bad either. What would it take for us to be Selesnya? Probably having a couple 2-drops for starters. I still get my worm, which is fine. We do want some of those. Like, I may just be Abzan things. But it's looking like a splash of black may be better for us. I want to see what Renan says, because I actually am pretty sure I know the answer to this. Really surprise me if we got into Naya things, because that's just not a thing you can do. Okay, okay, I at least stumped him. I'm pretty sure it was Thermo Alchemist, right? Potentially play Urban Utopia. Don't hate that. Thermo Alchemist was not an uncommon. Incorrect. Okay, I could do this. It is now. It wasn't then. That's how you know it was real good. So I'm still not quite sure what we're doing. It looks like Selesnya splashed some black cards. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I need to pick up the duels to be able to pull that off. I don't remember the 2-1 being good enough. I might be wrong. One of the reasons Thermo Alchemist was so busted in Eldritch Moon is you could get like 5 of them. Sorry about the delays. This is kind of part of drafting on the Heroku app, but it's worth it because we get to do stuff like this. That's not even a bad combat trick. Like, we're fine. And that was just pack 1, and we just opened a March of the Multitudes. Like, there's also an Affectionate Indrik here, which is cool and all. But I don't have to do much to make this good, other than just put it in this deck. It means I probably don't get to play the Swarm Guild Mage, and that's about it. Yeah, maybe the Rosemane Wheels. I don't care if it does. It's not that much better than the Crawl Foragers. Kind of the same card. But this is stupid. I will at least be splashing Finality and Status. This is really just 2 elves in a centaur suit, but it's pretty good. We're going to be grabbing that and just doubling down on the Selesnya. I think that does probably put us out of Dowser range, and this range probably don't want the Foragers. The rest of this looks absolutely fine to me. We won't need the Utopia. I'll need a couple more 2-drops, but we can find them. They're all over the place. The Sunhome Stalwart's a very good one, but if we're going to commit to Selesnya, let's commit to it with the premier uncommon for the color pair. Skyline Scout isn't my favorite 2-drop. And yet, we kind of need it. We also desperately need more Selesnya or Golgari Guild Gates. Yeah, it should say make a 2/2 elf token and a 2/2 horse token. But it don't. kind of just want to get the 2-drop short up and then play whatever else is fine. Like Iron Shell Beetle's fine, Generous Stray's fine, Rosemane Centaur's fine. We'll get them. Let's just get the 2s. Have those sorted. I'm not 100% about playing Sworn Companions, but it's fine. Boon of Emrakul was pretty good too, fair enough. Pitiless Gurgan was pretty good. Carlo the Culprit was also a very nice sideboard card, and the Ceratok was just fine. Like, it's Borderland Minotaur, so of course I'm going to like it a little bit. But I think I like the Pitiless Gurgan. I really do need to find a Golgari Guildgate. So I think we take that over a lot of things at this point. Hey, bonjour Martin. That is where sideboard came from, if y'all were wondering. Gateway Plaza lets us cast our colored spells of multi. I mean, this lets me put a Wrath in the deck and a straight up kill spell. Like, I don't know why we wouldn't take it. I think the more you can do to stay open in a format like this, the better off you are. We've still got the Urban Utopia if we have to play it. I don't particularly want to, but we could. Like, we can play the cat if we need to. This draws a card when it ETBs? Yeah, so it's not logged under it. It's just kind of a crappy Elvis Visionary. Yeah, 3-mana 1/2s are fine. Didn't generally care for the lockets in this color pair. Oh, the Dissident I liked. I also liked Peacemaker. Like, we could play one. Golgari Raiders were alright. There's a lot of stuff we could play here that I think I'd be pretty happy with. But, again, good 2s are hard to find. Let's take a good 2. All of our 2s are also mana sinks except for the Beetle. Okay, we wield the Rosemane. I'm down with that. We're starting to get something going here. So we need like 2 more guild gates, a couple more creatures, another luminous bonds. This deck looks stupid. I could play the Golgari Locket. The white-green deck was the one that was least interested in the lockets because, like, all of your high drops you were ramping to with your creatures, right? Peacemaker was just fair to play. The problem is Pack's Favor is a way better combat trick than Take Heart. So I think I'd rather have that. Another 3-drop that's just fine. Sure. This one just gained 3/2 Vigilance. Sure, sold. Yeah, I think we got in the right color pair. The lockets were certainly playable in the format if I'm remembering. I just remember this color pair didn't like them that much. really want either of these. But I always get the card off of the Stray. Probably won't play the Borderland Minotaur, but like, here's the deck, right? It needs 2 more cards. Yeah, just to save somebody the question of what do I do with my wild cards. Well, this pack kind of sucks. For me. Good old Ravnica. Yeah, surprisingly, 1-mana 1/1s were not very good. I can take the Recluse, put it in the sideboard. We see a flyer deck, we'll side it in. Healer's Hawk was awful. True facts about the sundew. Deck looks great so far. I have never resolved a Healer's Hawk. At least I don't think I have. Oh, that's tough because I really want the Guild Gate. Yeah, I just thought it was a really bad strategy and not something I ever wanted to do. I'm not risking it. And I don't have to. Behold. Yeah, probably trimming out the Sworn Companions and the Oak-Toppy at this point. At least I'm hoping to. Just Ice Strike wasn't bad either. Blade Instructor was alright for a 3. I kind of don't need more 3s, and if I do, this is like pretty good. I did like the Blade Instructor. Like, there was some cool stuff you could do with it. I don't want to play the Serotalk either. I'm taking the Blade Instructor. I'm sorry it's rough out there, dude. We're just getting rid of the snow here, and I'm sure we're not getting anywhere near as much as y'all are in Chicago, but like, I'm from the beach, man. I freaking hate snow. We could play one of these and not be terribly embarrassed. Wallet, thank you for the gift sub, man. Much appreciated. Motion wasn't bad. You needed to really be in Boros. Y'all spam some cats for the wallet inspector. Thank you. Okay, I was thinking it might be nice to have one more 2-drop, and here's your guild mage. Neat. I'll play that. Oh, this is what I'm going to submit. If we wheel one of those guild gates, that's fantastic. If not, I can just put a swamp in this and be fine. I think you certainly splash for find and finality and for status and statue, and it's not that terrible if you can't cast the other side of them, right? Because you could just use that as a morbid plunder or whatever. I don't remember the Arboretum Elemental being actually very good. But if I don't take it, someone else will and will kill me with it. So here we are. It might be better than a Vigor Spore Worm in this shell. That's insane. I don't need that. We'll have it to sideboard into if we need more crap. I was thinking about the Righteous Blow as well, Auntie. But I feel like it's kind of a prey upon. I don't think I actually need the other Gateway Plaza, but let's take it in case I start doing the mana count and feel like I'm wrong. Neat. Our mana's good. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think it looks real good. I mean, that's kind of what it is, right? We drafted what was open in a format where everybody says Zelesny is unplayable. We got a great version of the worst deck. I played this a lot. Actually, no, that's not fair. I didn't play this a lot. I would have played this a lot if MTG Arena had drafting at the time, but it didn't. It had weird sealed pull, select your card one at a time from bots who will not take Dimir cards, as if their life depended on passing them. That puts us here. We've got room for one more card. Like, it's not that embarrassing to play a Wood Shaper. It just doesn't hit a lot of cards I would want to hit, right? Like, two of our better cards are Sorceries and Instants. But it's got 14, 15, 16 hits in the deck. Like, that's a lot of hits. Can it hit lands, too? No, just creature enchantment. If not that, we're looking at Foragers, perhaps, which are okay. How many black sources am I going to be running? Because this is probably pretty close, right? I'd have 1, 2, 3. I might could get 4. That's kind of not enough for the Swarm Guild Mage. Like a spider. I always sideboarded that in and never really main decked it. Is the Sworn Companions really that bad? It is. It is. Like, imagine that this was a 2/2 instead, but you didn't draw a card. Like, it's good for convoke, but what am I convoking? This? We're fine. We can already convoke that. This? We can already do that. Like, it's certainly playable. I'm just not excited about it. Yeah, I think maybe we just jam the Recluse and sideboard it out if there's no flyers. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It does work with that, but so does literally any creature, right? Like we're already playing a substandard creature because it plays nicely with some of these cards. But I think I'm pretty comfortable with that. Now my question is mana-wise. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I do not need 12 green sources in the stack. Like 10 is fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I can easily get this up 2 more planes, right? Well, at least 1 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I like having 1 swamp. I do want to be able to play the other side of statue. I'm trying to figure out how to get 1 more in, not how to get 1 out. I have literally never submitted a 41 card deck and do not intend on doing it today. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's pretty good. I would love to get another swamp in here, but like it's kind of fine. Kind of fine. None of these really scream Ravnica to me. I guess that does. Sure, that's a Guild of Ravnica. All right. Let's see what we can do. All right, here we go. Round 1 opponent, the Mana Leak, who said Selesnya is unplayable in this format. Man, this hand is almost bad enough to mulligan. But I can't. But I want to. This is why I did not get the Golgari Guild Gates. He got into Golgari. He's got some undergrowth crap in there too. Okay, it's a mirror. I'm gonna need you to stop slamming things on the table here, John. Oh my god. This is really awful. Forgot to wish John happy grab a leg day. What's up, Rach? It's bananas, isn't it? B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I don't feel like we're favored here. But we're not quite dead yet. The problem is -4/-4 isn't quite enough to stop that. So how would I stop that? Would it be with a siege worm into that? No, because I just have to chump with it. I still kind of have to chump it, don't I? We could do Vigor Spore Worm and try to block it with that. Yeah, the worm can trade for a 6/6, and I guess I would block here and just go to 2. It's something. Two doesn't die. Yeah, the 2/2 does die anyway. Fair enough. Might as well chomp. I should have chomped. Yeah, this one has text. I couldn't double block it. I think I was supposed to chomp it. I'm wondering now, though, if I don't go here first. Excuse me? Okay, so this is just a 6/6. Just a 6/6, he says. It's not casting a combat trick. Two facts about the Sundew. I remember the Sundew. Why would you not cast this? I guess you would. You'd just attack first. May as well make him tap out. I don't remember if there was a Mind Rot or not. But if that thing didn't have Defender, I'd be dead. But it does, so I'm not. Well, people managed to simultaneously underestimate Selesnya and then not understand how to play it. There was a 1-mana flying lifelink, and people put that in decks and then wondered why they lost and said Selesnya was bad. But to be fair, all you could draft when this was on Arena was Dimir. Well, I say draft. Draft didn't really exist. What's up, Ishtari? He's kind of just doing big stuff, which I can appreciate. It was a format supportive of big stuff. I don't need a Hitchclaw Recluse against him at all. I need stuff that's pretty good when I'm behind, ideally. Halfway considering the Gouser of Light. I'm gonna take the Ceratok. I don't have a lot of 4s. It's fine. And if I get to beat John with a Borderland Minotaur, that's even better. Yeah, the Foragers are fine too. They would have been perfectly acceptable. How did we come back? I drew lands. It's a wild Ceratok! That kind of looks like a pig. Guess it's a rhino, though. I'm pretty happy to let this trade and just play the Centaur. Would that be wrong? Yes, I think so. I don't want a 2-for-1 myself. That seems bad. So options include here, but are not limited to just swanging, letting him have this and take 5, which I'm pretty happy with. If that's the case, I may as well play the worm first and do this. I think I'm pretty happy with that. This should leave us in a pretty good spot. And if I need to just throw 2 tokens on the table, I can do that too. He blocks my 2 biggest things. He takes 5, 6, 7, 8. Good old Prey Upon. This is how you Prey Upon. But not for me. That was pretty good. That was everything I remembered wanting to have done in this format, but I couldn't because all you could do was take disinformation campaigns. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry, bud. Round 2, fight. Oh, I need capital B. Man. Yeah, it definitely does need the capital B. That's awkward. There we go. Just arena things. That's a lovely sack of potatoes. We're going to need to draw some non-lands. Assuming we do, we're in business here. This is not a good sign, though. This is very close to mulliganable for me, but not quite there. But we are now functionally dead. This card is kind of unbeatable in Boros stacks. What's up, Zombub? It's a good sign. That is a lot of ands. As I mentioned, Demotion was quite good in Boros, not very good in the other decks. Should be mostly dead here, right? Yes. Yeah, we basically won the lottery, Renan, if you want to think about it that way. Okay, I don't need Vigor Spore Worm. I need the early game. Probably don't need the Siege Worm either, really. I'm pretty happy with the rest of this, though. I don't need Take Heart and the other combat trick. I can still trim that. I need to be careful not to over sideboard here, because that's something I could easily do. Pretty comfortable with the rest of this. Let's take it back in. Like, it's important to recognize that we lost to a pretty good draw from an aggro deck while we had literally lands. That's it. That's all we got. And now I will know that against this opponent, I have to send something like that back. All right, we can draw green cards or white mana and be pretty happy here. If we do hit the white mana, we can get March out really quickly. This looks like a really rough keep and something you'd want to mulligan, but it's important to remember we can draw green creatures or white cards. Or this, that's fine too. There's the Healer's Hawk I was talking about. You can play it in Boros. It's just not a Selesnya card. I shouldn't have played the land first. But not punished. Nice. I think that's advantage us. I think we can end of turn March here and then start to do some interesting things. So this would be for 6, 7. Camaraderie off the top would be very nice. Without it, I'm not quite sure how we try to go for the kill here. I kind of have to sit, man. This sucks. don't care for this. I can't get in with my tokens. Man, that reminds me of Standard back in the day. Like, I can get through a little damage, just not enough damage is my challenge here. Oh my god. Well, we're going next turn. Camaraderie one-time dealer. Oh! Alrighty then. Wish I had options. I don't. When this attacks, my board dies. There's literally nothing I can do about it. We just got Boros. And flooded out a wee bit, but c'est la vie. It's the nature of Magic. Yeah, Bonds would have done it too, right? Camaraderie probably gets us closer to winning the game. Now, this is still not us necessarily being dead, but it's a really bad spot for us to be in. Can't imagine Boros plays any combat tricks. It's just not really something they would want. The land is pretty good there. I think we're just dead, but we'll see. The giant was just way too much for us. One of these days I'll get to the finals of my own tournament, but apparently not today. Oh god, I remember Barging Sergeant. I liked Barging Sergeant a lot. I don't want to play anymore. But I still make intelligent blocks. There aren't any. Okay, cool. There is a Wrath in this deck, so like it's worth trying to maintain a life total, but that was just too much. If you think about it, I had more outs given the Wrath, but I would have needed to made him block with it. Which I don't think I was going to be able to make him do. He's very careful not to when I swung him with it. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was Guilds of Ravnica. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons, Paul, Punk, Hero, Joe, Jesse, Jacob, Scott, Fasty, Rich, Michael, Brandon, John, and Jazzy. Thank you very much.